Good day, everyone. I am Patrick R. Dizon from mres Talavera Group. Talavera mres Group will discuss the Chapter 6 of the Unlocking of Pandora's Box in Research, written by our competent professor, Dr. Mario C. Esteban. To formally start our discussion this morning, let us give our full respect to our Philippine national flag by singing of the national anthem, followed by the prayer to be led by Ma'am Joanna Marie C. Bares.
Sa langit pagpakaw, may dalag ang pula at awit sa paglalim minamahal. Ang isap ng mutaw at may tagumpay na nagdinigdig. Ang bituin at araw lang kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw, dalwalhatit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ama naming mapagmahal, kami po ay nagpupuri at nagpapasalamat sa patuloy na pag-iingat at paggabay ninyo sa bawat isa sa amin. Kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa walang sawang pagkalinga at pagmamahal na ibinibigay po ninyo sa amin. Nawa po ay patuloy ninyo kaming ilayo sa anumang kapahamakan. Gayon din ang aming mga mahal sa buhay. Maraming salamat din po sa mga biyayang patuloy ninyong pinagkakaloob sa bawat isa sa amin. Higit lalo, Ama, ang biyaya ng aming buhay. Bigyan po ninyo kami ng sapat na talino at talas ng isipan upang maibahagi namin ng maayos at malinaw ang aming kaalaman sa mga kapwa namin guro na naririto ngayon. Ikaw na po sana, Ama, ang siyang manguna sa bawat isa upang maisabuhay ang mga bagong kaalaman na aming ibabahagi. Hiling po namin ang kagalingan at kalakasan ng bawat isa, maging ng aming mga mahal sa buhay. Ang lahat po ng ito ay itinataas namin sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus, dakila naming tagapagligtas. Amen.
So good day everyone. So last week we talked about quantitative research design po. So we all know that quantitative research deals with, or it is a type of research design that focus on numeric and unchanging data and details. A convergent reasoning rather than divergent reasoning. So this week po, we are going to present to you, or our topic this week is about qualitative research approach. So first, let us define what is qualitative research approach. So qualitative research relies on data obtained by the researcher from first-hand observation, interviews, questionnaires on which participants write descriptively, focus groups, participant observation, recordings made in natural setting, documents, case studies, and artifacts. The data are generally non-numeric. So unlike quantitative research po, sa quantitative research, ang ating data ay numeric po. Dito po sa qualitative research, na numeric po tayo. Ibig sabihin, words po ang ating interpretation dito sa ating research na ito. So, let us differentiate the qualitative from quantitative research. So, sa concept and methods po ng qualitative and quantitative research. So, sa concept po ng qualitative research, it is concerned with understanding human behavior from informant's perspective. And it assumes a dynamic and negotiated reality. Sa quantitative research naman po, concerned with discovering facts about social phenomena, and it assumes a fixed and measurable reality. In terms naman po sa method ng qualitative and quantitative research, sa qualitative po ang methods niya ay, una, the data are collected through participants' observation and interviews. Next, the data are analyzed by themes from description by informants. And last, the data are reported in the language of the informant. So, sa methods naman po ng quantitative research, yung data ay collected through measuring things. And second is, the data are analyzed through numeric comparison and statistical inferences. The last is, the data are reported through statistical analysis. So, yun po sa madaling sabi, yung quantitative design, meaning, as a researcher, we generate or we gather data through the use of open question. In this type of research, inaalaw yung respondent or inaalaw natin yung respondent to talk in some depth or they can choose their own words in answering our question po. So, this helped the researcher develop a real sense of person's understanding of a situation. So now, let us cite some example of quantitative data. Numerical po ito. For example, height of first graders. Second example is weight of sumo wrestlers. Duration of red lights. Age of Olympians. Distance of planets. Money in 400k plants. Temperature of coffee. Pwede po itong Fahrenheit or Celsius. Dito naman po sa qualitative data, categorical po ito, descriptive. For example po, happiness rating. Second is gender, pass or fail, eye color, interview transcript, categories of plants, descriptive temperature of coffee. For example po, very hot, ganun po, or very cold, ganyan po siya. So, ulit po sa qualitative research design po, yung interpretation natin sa ating research ay descriptive or by word. So, kaya kung magaling ka sa numbers or math, I suggest na quantitative research po ang ating gawin. Pero kung magaling ka naman po sa language o magaling ka sa verbal, pwede naman po na tayo ay mag-fall sa qualitative research design. So, ang qualitative research design po ay mayroong 3 elements. Ito ay yung constructivist or worldwide. Second po ay yung ethnographic design and observation of behavior to be discussed by my fellow groupmates. Thank you po.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rielen M. Miguel, and I'm going to discuss one of the 3 elements of qualitative research approach, which is the constructivist worldview. Constructivism implies that reality is constructed through human interaction. Knowledge is a human product and is socially and culturally constructed. Individuals create meaning through their interaction with each other and with the environment in which they live. The aim of constructivist research is to understand particular situations or phenomena. Rich data is gathered from which ideas can be formed. The interaction of a number of people is researched, mostly to solve social problems of the target group.
Good day. I am Krisha Camille N. Soberano and I am going to discuss the second element in the qualitative research approach, which is ethnographic design. The ethnography defines as the study of social interaction and culture groups, whether these groups are defined as societies, communities, organizations, or teams. It is a type of qualitative research that gathers observations, interviews, and documentary data to produce detailed and comprehensive accounts of different social phenomena. The aim is to provide rich, holistic insights into people's worldviews and actions, as well as the nature of the location they inhabit.
Good morning. I am Charity Eden G. Reyes, and I am going to discuss the third element of QRA, or Qualitative Research Approach, which is observation of behavior. Observation of behavior is a functional, utilitarian approach in that it focuses on the clearly observable ways in which the client interacts with the environment. Behavioral observation may be used informally as part of an interview or in a testing session or as a method in its own right. Observation of behavior is to select a target behavior. It involves simply taking note of any behaviors of interest. Recording is more general and global described methods. The advantages to ratings recording are that it can be applied to a wide variety of behaviors. It can be statistically analyzed. It is time efficient, and the ratings can be made of individual or groups.
Once again, good morning. I am Sir Patrick R. Dizon from mres Talavera, and my topic for today is all about case study. Before anything else, what is case study? A case study involves an in-depth and detailed examination of a given group of respondents, program, or event in defined time bound. The collection of data can be done through documentation, report, and observation. A case study is concerned with a rich and vivid description of event relevant to the case. It produces chronologically narrative of event. It blends a description of events with analysis of them, and it focuses also on individual actors or group and seeks to understand their perception of event and making a highlight that are relevant to case. The researcher is integrally involved in case. In other definition, case study is defined as an intensive study about person, a group, or a group of people of an unit which aim to generalize over several units, a systematic investigation in the depth detailed of a particular case. Generally, a case study can highlight nearly any individual groups or organization belief systems. It does not necessarily have to be one observation, but includes many observations. What are the characteristics of a case study? Number one, it is detailed. All details should be present to support the conduct study. Number two, it is naturalistic. No manipulations of subjects. Number three, the researchers set out to find out what's happening. Number four, not merely pre-experimental. And number five, it is an instance in action.
Good day everyone, I'm Mr. Edsel A. Arellano from mres Talavera Group, and now I will be discussing content analysis. Content analysis, this research method used to examine the use of patterns in communication, artifacts, and documents that include pictures, videos, or audio recorded, and text of various formats. It looks at the relationship between the words used and their meaning. And now let us learn how to conduct content analysis. Content analysis is distinguished from other kinds of social science research. It does not require the collection of data from people. Like documentary research, content analysis is a study of recorded information or information which has been recorded in text, media, or physical items. Systematically collect data from a set of texts which can be written, oral, or visual. Books, newspapers and magazines, speeches and interviews, web content and social media posts, photographs, and films. When to use content analysis. 1. Reveal international differences in communication content. 2. Detect the existence of propaganda. 3. Identify the information focus or communication trends or individual group or institution. 3. Describe attitudes and behavioral responses to communications. And last, determine psychological or emotional state of persons or group.
I am Joanna Maribares and I am here to discuss the information about ethnographic study. Ethnographic study is about to describe and explain behaviors, beliefs, and languages of a sociocultural within natural setting or context. From the word ethnography, it deals with the discovering and describing the cultural characteristic of a group. Take note, culture is shared attitudes, values, norms, practices, languages, and material things of a group of people. Let me give you the example. Live in Moho community and document culture and educational practices. When we say Moho community, it is the community wherein those people belongs are indigenous. Based on our Pandora's box, ethnographic study is a type of research design wherein the researchers immersed and live in with the specific dwelling of the participants in the community to understand their culture, practices, and taboos or tradition. The researcher participated in their natural daily living as a part and parcel of a community, and sometimes the researchers becomes an accepted and adopted member of the community. Let me ask, when to use an ethnographic approach? First, when you want to understand a culture sharing group. Second, when studying a group in natural setting helps you understand a larger issue. And the third, when you want a day-to-day picture. Because ethnography focuses on culture, we can study microcultures dealing with the classroom and macrocultures as a whole in general. It can be a small group of people or it can be a large group of people. In our data sources, we are dealing three different things. First, the people, including their behaviors, communications, beliefs, and style, considering the norms and values that prompt actions. Second, the places, including the settings, their locations, and design. Third, the things involving objects and artifacts that have meaning of or significance. When we talk about the data collection, based on our Pandora's box, it will be done by observations and interviews. These are the basic ways in gathering, collecting data, and interpreting the practices. Another strategy is document review, which help validate and inform.
I am here to discuss the information about grounded theory. Grounded theory involves the collection and analysis of data. The theory grounded in actual data, which means the analysis and development of theories. So based on Pandora's box research, grounded theory design of research attempt to provide an explanation or theory behind events, interviews, and current document are utilized to create theory based on the information. So, yung grounded theory ito ay isang malalim na pag-aaral na tumutuklas sa iba't ibang anggulo upang makapag-produce ng mga panibagong konsepto. Tinawag din itong grounded theory dahil ito ay nakatali sa mga datos na pinagkuhanan ng mga panibagong konsepto. So, when do we use grounded theory? Need a broad theory or explanation. Helpful when current theory are either inadequate or non-existent. When you wish to study some process. So, gagamit daw tayo ng grounded theory kung gusto natin ng isang mas malawak na eksplanasyon or paliwanag sa isang theory. Nakatutulong din ito kung ang isang theory ay hindi pa natapos or kinulang or hindi ito nagagawa pa. When we wish to study some process, kung gusto din natin mag-aral pa ng ibang proseso sa isang theory or isang research, gagamit tayo ng grounded theory. So what is the purpose of grounded theory? The purpose of grounded theory is to give us exact details about our theory based on the data we gathered. It is literally grounded on or builds on the data collected. It is a method of discovering new theory. The researcher sees micro-level events as the foundation for a more macro-level explanation. When we say micro-level events, it means we gathered information in a small group of people. Example, we gathered an experiment or research in a group of family or in community to came up with a macro level explanation or para maipaliwanag pa natin ito ng mas malawak. Magsisimula tayo sa isang maliit na community. It seeks theory. Grounded theory shares several goals with more positivist-oriented theory. When we say positivist theory, all the knowledge must be verified through scientific methods such as experiments, observation, and logical proof. It must be accurate and precise with the data we gathered. It is not merely an idea or opinion of the researcher.
Good day everyone, I am Diana Jane A. Quinto from mres Talavera Group, and my topic for today is about narrative analysis. Narrative analysis is an approach to the collection and examination of data that is sensitive to the sense of historical arrangement that people act as teller of the stories about their lives or events around them, discoveries in their lives, and surrounding occurrences which add into their accounts. What is narrative analysis in qualitative research? Researchers use narrative analysis to understand how research participants construct stories and narrative from their own personal experience. That means there is a dual layer of interpretation in narrative analysis. First, the research participants interpret their own lives through narrative. Then the researcher interprets the construction of that narrative. Narratives can be derived from journals, letters, conversations, autobiographies, transcript of in-depth focus groups, or other types of narrative qualitative research, and then used in the narrative research.
Good day everyone, I'm Marian Garcia, your reporter about phenomenological study. Phenomenology, from Greek word phenomenon, means that which appears, and logos means study. It is the philosophical study of the structures of experience and consciousness. Phenomenology was founded in the early years of the 20th century by Edmund Husserl. Phenomenological study, this research is a strategy of inquiry in which the researcher identifies the essence of human experiences about a phenomenon as described by participants. So, it only focuses on the experiences of people regarding a phenomenon and how they interpret these experiences. Because when we say phenomenon, it is something that is observable or an extraordinary thing or person.
Hello everyone, I am Jessica S. Pransha and my report is about the continuation of phenomenological study. In addition, phenomenological study is a type of qualitative research focuses on the subjective lived experiences of the participants in order to understand the phenomenon that pertains to extraordinary event. For example, we make a phenomenological study about the lived experiences of people who survived COVID-19. If phenomenological study is the type of research that we are going to use, what data collection method kaya ang gagamitin natin at ilan ang sample size ng participants ang i-involve natin sa study na ito? In phenomenological study, interview is the common instrument for data collection. Interview may be conducted in several means like face-to-face interview, telephone calls, video call or chat, and interview using pen and paper. This type of qualitative research doesn't require a large number of participants. The subjective size is ranging from 5 to 25.
I am Magbanwa and I'm here to discuss the following procedural phenomenological research format. He suggests the following procedural phenomenological research format. First is writing the research question that explores the meaning of the experience. As a researcher, we need to make a question that can explore the meaning of the experience of the participant to make our research or study relevant, accurate to the life experience of the participant. And also, a well-formulated research question guides you about the purpose of your interview. Next is the conducting interview. How do we get an interview? First, we have to good listening, attentive and interactive body language, question, exploring in depth, engaging and connecting, appropriate and timely use of what, how, when, and why. And last is verbal and non-verbal probing. Using interview, we can get an accurate, relevant information and rich insight from the participant.
I am April Angela A. Tolentino and I am going to continue the last two bullets regarding the phenomenological study. The third one is analyzing then data to find the clusters of meanings. Based on the book, it is the most crucial part. Data analysis summarized collected data wherein ibubuod at pagsasama-samahin na natin ang mga collected data for us to know the possible result of the research. So, it involves the interpretation of data gathered o ang resulta ng mga datos na nakalap natin through the use of analytical and logical. So, analytical, i-analyze natin ang problem at magbibigay ng possible solution. Wherein logical, ay gagawa tayo ng step-by-step process kung paano masosolve ang problem. So, sa pamamagitan daw ng analytical and logical reasoning, madedetermine natin ang possible outcome o ang possible result ng phenomenological study. So, how to analyze data? The first one is define your goals. Hindi naman daw natin gagawin ng research nang wala lang. So, dapat is alam natin kung ano yung goal natin sa gagawin nating research. Second is decide how to measure goals. Paano daw ba natin ma-measure yung goals? So, dyan na pumapasok ang sikat na sikat sa ating mga guro that we should be smart or specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bounded. The third one is collect your data. Paano ba tayo makakapag-collect ng data? Sa pamamagitan daw ng surveys, na maaaring maging phone surveys, online surveys, or in-person interviews. The fourth one is analyze your data. This time, mag-iisip na tayo. I-analyze na natin ang mga result based sa mga nakalap nating data. The fifth one is visualize and interpret results. So, to succeed in our work, dapat daw ay nagkaroon na tayo umpisa pa lang ng visualization and interpretation sa magiging result ng ating research. Para maging confident daw tayo na maa-achieve natin kung ano yung goal natin. So, the last bullet is writing reports that makes the readers understand more clearly the essential structure of the experience. When we say report, it is in its short, pinaikli, sharp, concise document, which is written for a particular purpose and audience. So when we say report, it has clear purpose, wherein nakastate dito ang specific information and evidence that are presented, analyzed, and applied to a particular problem or issue in short. Also, reports, research are written to present and discuss findings. They provide the reader with the rationale for the research or pagiging transparent, a description of the method used to conduct research, the findings, results, a logical discussion, and also conclusions and recommendations. They use it for them to explore the experience of the individuals about a phenomenological study.
And that ends our report. Thank you for listening. See you in the next chapter of Pandora's Box and Research. Once again, Talavera Emrys Group, signing out.